What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. I know I am. And if you are having a fantastic day, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam. An angry kid will come poop in your lawn. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Unless you want Dookie on the Pookie, then you need to do yourself a favor and press the like button. Now, this is a story that I really didn't ever expect to tell on here, okay? I'm kind of opening up and telling a bunch of embarrassing stories about myself lately, but you guys are really enjoying them, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And this story is definitely one of the more embarrassing things I did as a kid, and it basically involves me in a series of events pooping in my neighbor's backyard so that way they had to pick it up with their dog poop. It's a complicated tale involving many heroic acts of bravery and a couple acts of cowardice, but nonetheless, guys, it should be a funny video. I know you guys are gonna like it, and without further ado, let's get into it. So when I was younger in the neighborhood, we would play football in the street. Like, the group of neighborhood kids would go outside and play together. I don't know if that happens anymore. Haha, boomer joke. But regardless, we would all go out in the street and play football. And when there's like 20 kids in the street playing football, running around, doing whatever's going on, there's gonna be noise. But when you live in a suburban neighborhood, you just kind of accept that there's gonna be some noise when kids are playing on a Saturday morning. But there were these people who lived in a house a little bit in front of where we would play football. I think they were basically the end zone, right? Like, they were the end zone for our game. So we weren't really playing like in front of their house, but we would eventually go down to their house and we would score there, so we would be a little bit louder. And we were just playing football in the street on a Saturday morning at like, or I guess Saturday afternoon at like 1 p.m. So it's not like, 3 in the morning. We're out in the street screaming, playing football. We're just playing football at 1 p.m. And we go down and we score in this end zone. And the guy who lives in the house, who is like this kind of young dude, I would say, not young, but not like 17, but maybe like 31. And when we score, he walks outside and is screaming like, "Can you guys shut up! Shut up! You're not allowed to play in front of my house anymore. Do you understand me? You're not allowed to play in front of my house." And then one of the older kids, because, I'm not very old in this story. I'm maybe like 11. So one of the kids who was, 13, 14 years old is like, "Dude, we're playing in the street. You really can't, kick us out of the street." And this neighbor decides to take our football and punt it behind his house. But behind his house, it was a freeway overpass. So basically, he takes the football that we were playing with, punts it into the freeway so that way a Mack semi-truck, probably carrying Lightning McQueen in the background, hits it and then says, "Well, you can't play in front of my house now," and walked back inside and slammed the door. All right, he was not a very nice man. I don't know why he was so bitter. Maybe, when he wears gray sweatpants, there's nothing for the ladies to look at. I'm not really sure. All I know is that homeboy definitely put himself on the naughty list with basically every kid in the neighborhood because he was now the angry old man that destroyed the football. So after that point, we would kind of avoid their house as much as humanly possible until one day we decided that we're going to start playing hockey. And we decided to play at the end of the street where there's this corner that you have to come around to go to the end of the street. I don't know if that makes sense. Basically, you have to drive past the hockey game to get to your house if you lived on our street. So we're playing down there, just doing our thing. There's plenty of rooms for cars to pass, but we're playing hockey. And this guy's coming home from work, the same neighbor that destroyed our football. And he pulls around the corner speeding and sees all these kids in the street, slams on the brake, and is like, "What are you guys doing in the road? Are you kidding me? Do you have any idea how dumb it is to be playing in the road?" Which, I mean, bro, where do you want kids to play hockey? Where would you like us to be? We are in our neighborhood, brother. This is a residential neighborhood. You shouldn't be surprised to be driving through a residential neighborhood and see kids playing a sport in the middle of the street. This isn't a blind corner, bro. You could see us from like 200 feet. So the turn to get onto this turn was like 200 feet away. The guy was fine. There was no actual danger here, but he starts freaking out about how one of us is gonna ruin his life because we're gonna be idiots and jump in front of his car or something. Which, I mean, I don't hate anyone enough to be that petty for revenge, bro. You guys don't like me, so you're gonna throw yourself in front of my car and paralyze yourself to get revenge on me. Nah, bro, I really promise that I don't hate you enough to ruin my own life. I really don't. So whatever, he's going off and off and off, and me and one of my friends who I was closest with, who was right around my age, I think we were like 2 months apart, are giggling at it because he's screaming. So what does this old man do? He's not old, he's like a young guy, but he's old compared to me. He walks up to me, 11-year-old me, rips my hockey stick out of my hand, breaks it, and then says, "Keep laughing at that," and get back in his car and drives away. So I'm like, what the hell, bro? I was just laughing at the situation, and you just had to break my hockey stick. What type of evil person does that, bro? Imagine seeing an 11-year-old giggling when you're having a panic attack about kids playing hockey in the street, and you go, I'm gonna break that kid's hockey stick. So whatever, he breaks my hockey stick, and I'm like, what the hell, bro? So I can't really play hockey anymore, so I go home, and my friend who was talking to me, the one that was laughing with me, goes home with me. And we're like, man, that guy's such a jerk, dude. He's such a jerk. He's like, yeah, dude, can you believe that he just, broke a kid's hockey stick? I'm like, yeah, what a jerk. And he said, it would be really funny? And I was like, what? And he said, what if we, pooped in his yard? And I'm like, what are you talking about? But that's so stupid. How did we come up with this idea, bro? What is my thinking? Basically, my friend lived across the street from them, and he knew that they had these dogs that were pretty big, so the poop was kind of looked like a human poop. And he says, wouldn't it be funny if we pooped in the backyard and they had to pick it up? We could laugh knowing that they had to touch our poop. And I don't know what in the world makes us decide that this is a good idea. I'm so embarrassed. Why am I doing so? For whatever reason, we decide to do it. We're like, screw it. Who cares? I guess we're doing this. Let's do this. So we go, and I'm like, wait. If they have a big dog, I'd rather not hop the wall and, get eaten. I'd rather prefer to poop in the backyard in one piece, because the last thing I want to do is pass away and have the news crew be like, these young men were dropping a deficit of their body into the backyard when they were eaten. That's not what I'm trying to have happen. He goes, oh no. Every morning at 8 a.m., he takes his dog to the dog park for an hour. So him and the dog are gone, and I think his wife works, so they're all gone. And I say, oh, okay, sick. I guess he lived across the street from them. And it's, Christmas break, after Christmas, during that weird period where Christmas is over, but you're not back at school yet. So the next day at 8 a.m., we meet in the front, and we went to the backyard, and we pooped in the backyard, plain and simple. All right, I don't know what to tell you guys except for the fact that that's what happened. I pooped in someone's backyard. I'm not proud of this, okay? I'm not telling you to go do this. I am not a good influence. I'm just speaking the truth, all right? You guys have asked for more embarrassing stories about me. This is not my proudest moment, okay? When I'm applying for jobs, I don't put on my resume. Also, once pooped in a residential neighborhood backyard, that's never my intention. So, whatever. We pooped. We don't look at each other, all right? Some of you guys were down in the comments probably like, oh, you pooped with this friend. No, we weren't holding hands. This was not a friendship expedition to get this done, all right? It was not. We were on a mission. So he goes to one side of the yard. I go to the other. Our backs are to each other. We squat. We do our business. We brought toilet paper because we're not savages, all right? I think we put the toilet paper in their trash can. I don't even remember, but whatever. The only problem is, ladies and gentlemen, even a dog's turd, even if it's a pretty big dog, it doesn't really look like a human turd. You know what I mean? Even if the sizes are similar, they're just differently shaped. They have different dimensions to them. I cannot believe that I am talking about this on YouTube.com. Oh my God. This is honestly the most embarrassing video I've ever made. So if you guys can press the like button to make this worth it, it would be great. And even though our idea was to, camouflage the turd to look like the dog was not big enough to disguise it, okay? It just wasn't. It was very obvious that two humans had been in the backyard and pooped, right? I cannot believe I'm telling the story. Okay, so we poop in the backyard and we leave and we go about our business. And keep in mind, they've yelled at about 20 kids, okay? They've yelled at 20 kids at this point. So I think in my little, 10, 11-year-old head that there's no way we're going to get caught, because even if somehow while picking up the dog poop, they realize that it's human poop, which they probably will, they've yelled at 20 kids. So it's not like, the suspect list is very short. The the odds of them narrowing it down are very slim to none. Not to mention, how are they even gonna figure it out, dude? Imagine being a parent. You're sitting there watching The Mandalorian. There's a knock on the door. You open it. Your irate neighbor goes, "Your kid pooped in my lawn." What would you do? You would probably not believe that your kid pooped in the lawn. Like, I feel like for the most part, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get away with it. No harm, no foul, right? But it wouldn't be a fantastic story if I got away with it. No, you see, like, the next day, I guess, maybe 2 days. I don't remember exactly. It was not a long time after. I get called downstairs from my room, and I go down there, and my mom is standing there, and my friend's parents are standing there. He's standing there, and the neighbor is standing there, and everyone, like, looks pissed. They look pissed. And my mom goes, "Ryan, did you do anything to this man's house?" And I look at him, and I look at her, and I go, "No, I didn't do anything to the house." Because I didn't do anything to the house. She goes, "Oh, you didn't poop in his lawn?" And I just start laughing so hard. So hard. Do you have any idea how hard it is to pull it together when your mom asks if you pooped in your neighbor's lawn? Like, I know it's messed up. It's so weird. I don't know why it's so funny, but it's funny. And so my mom's like, "It is not funny. Do you have any idea how he found out?" And I go, "No." And he looks at me and he says, "Well, I was cleaning up my dog's poop and I picked up one of your guys's and realized that it was much too big by the feel for it to be my dog's." And I start laughing harder, and he's like, "What's so funny about that?" And I go, "You've held your dog's poop so much that you know mine is different." And, like, you know, I'm a pretty tiny kid, you know, I'm only 10 or 11, so that slaps him. And my mom kind of laughs a little bit. She's like, "It's not funny, Ryan. Do you have any idea how disrespectful this was?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to poop in your lawn." Like, how do you apologize for what I've done at this point? And so, I'm kind of like, "Yeah, whatever." So he goes, "You know, I don't want this to happen again. If it happens again, I'm pressing charges. This isn't the first time we've had an incident like this." And he looks at my friend, and, you know, he storms off. Your kids better be under control. Like, he just snitched on us to our parents, so we get in trouble. So he leaves, and I'm standing there, and my mom's like, "Don't leave, young man." And she looks at my friend's parents, and she goes, "What did he mean this isn't the first time?" And his parents, like, get this weird look on their face, and they go, "It's not the first time that our son has pooped in that guy's backyard." And that's how we got caught, bro. It wasn't the first time that someone had pooped in his yard. So he, like, knew that it was human poop because he'd seen it before. And I guess my friend, whenever he would get in a fight with his neighbor, would just, like, hop the wall and poop in his lawn. That was his way of getting revenge. And I guess, I don't know, peer pressure and being stupid 11-year-olds led me to, you know, YOLO, and it was the dumbest thing I've ever done. Moral of the story is, don't poop on people's lawns. I love that my friend was just walking around the neighborhood like, you know, that guy pissed you off, I'll take a shit in his lawn. Like, that's just the go-to, just like poop in his lawn, it doesn't even matter. That dude stole your girlfriend, poop in his yard. Best way to get revenge. Like, he was doing this multiple times to his neighbor, bruh. And also, if you've been caught multiple times, like, why do you keep doing it, dude? You're obviously not very good at it. And also, imagine being the neighbor and, like, seeing the poop in the lawn, and your thought is, again? Like, you really? Why do they keep doing this to me, dude? This is so rude to keep pooping in my lawn. But, yeah, that is my most embarrassing moment of all time. Hopefully you guys found it entertaining. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you really enjoyed and you want to support the channel, I did release some merch. You guys should go check it out. It's the No Joke, No Scam merch, which is, of course, the catchphrase of the century. And, yeah, other than that, today's notification shout-out, which if you want to get a notification shout-out, send proof of you having notifications onto my Twitter @Scrubby, goes to the fantastic Rico Miyagi. I hope I said that right. If you want a notification shout out, as I said, send proof of notifications on to my Instagram or my Twitter @Scrubby_69. And yeah, on that note, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow with another video. I'm out. Peace.